There used to be a chairman when the club was going well. When the club was going dead, you get all the mess thrown at you in.
9 o'clock last night, he said, you weren't mad to go home.
Great feeling around the parish that time.
One man inside and you want to sing songs after. Had some mighty singers. The players in Pilberton that time were brilliant.
They handled it.
They were.
Yeah. I said, you wouldn't believe, he blasted it wide. I said, it was just as well he blasted it wide because I don't think they'd go. They had no notion where it was.
You can see good teams all the time.
You had the Hall and you had the Candles and Charolais Sullivan was nice as almost ever got all in the hand like a good night that meeting.
Everyone stayed together.
When like said Jeffy was playing only and Dennis Neal and you and the other wing. When you got the ball, you went forward and Jeffy get the ball and he only saw one thing and that was the goal. Straight down the middle. There's too many fellas playing out of position only and there too many fellas around the middle of the field are wasted time, I think myself. The fellas in the middle of the field need a bit of space, like.
And he hadn't a clue. They know where the ball was at.
But he started about 8 o'clock in the morning and Dinny Desmond came up and he was smoking with and Dinny was looking. I said, he said to me, that'll be done before night. He said, you can't fill holes with that much plaster, like, because the J wasn't going very well at the time. They thought they wouldn't get the money.
People went to Parker Heath that time, they never were the match, they were never in the city.
Sean Collins would be kicking me under the table. Cut, for God's sake, we're going on.
If you have a good secretary, it's half the battle.
But that time, there was a lot of politics in Kilburn. Like, there had been only for this that you heard from Fianna Fáil if you were a Fianna Fáil.
2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Cashman said, open up and yeah. In we went. And the sing song snapped beside.
And the ball hopped high in the middle of the field and it broke over Finbar Sheehy's head. He said, next to us, he knew me, he knew me from Jack Rabbit.
He told me he went to every Kilburton game.
I know, sir.
Back in the 90s.
I said, I was up in Cork going to the Kilburton game.
There was another time, there was 5 betting, and Wolfless played on the Cork and the Legion game. The arrangement was before that win, lose or draw, we were coming out of tunnels. Half was in the sick, people that came back straight away when the way but your man came very close to me, must have said something to me.
He must have was, yeah.
Yeah,
we did then. And because the other went down, then like you shoot him.
Oh yeah.
So he was up again straight away. Daniel Connolly was one of the nicest players that ever tagged out in the clock throws, like I said. Fair himself.
Patrick Sexton.
Oh yeah.
Morris Sexton.
He's playing better Holly Dunn, never.
He is,
playing good Holly Dunn.
Very few who escaped the net for
yeah. Very few.
Yeah.
See, in our time, you'd see fellas playing Ghana forward, no one there up in the middle of the field after doing.
Yeah.
But when I was playing with Carver, Stephen Nolan, it was on the sideline. if you went 20 yards out to the corners, Stephen Nolan showed fancy. You're supposed to be inside the corner. If you don't like being there, you can come out here on the sideline.
And that is
too much will happen.
That is too much will happen.
Sharp passing.
And when it goes wrong, even at the senior level, when it's lovely when it works and it do work. But by goes wrong.
He gave me the last, and he forgot to put the whiskey in it like a fool. I took it up and I took a swig out of it. But the hair stuck up my head. Brian, I thought you were some sense, he said. The longest day this started in 1971 or like. He said the longest day you live, he said you'll never see a ball hitting that field like Dennis Galanza during the bollocks, if you like. Going from the another post, a field here and a field there.
It was a flat field.
It was a flat field, it was a farmer's
and they are coach it and everything, and you pull the ball and you plaster the fella in front of you and coach it. That place used to be crawling with Chairmen before. 335 houses in Kilburton that time. I know what you're coming for, he said, and the best you could do now with turning here, he said, and back off down the lane, he said, you're getting nothing here. And she said, all come in, himself was inside sitting by the fire, and he gave us £100 straight away. And we were flying in.
There's a camaraderie.
Oh yeah, and you had a big group of people behind the scenes.
There was.
It should be nearly 2 days old, like.
That's
all players. I had a cat by the tail on one side and Shani went in the other side and played the cat scrawl and drink. It came over with our blood. Oh, geez. So, yeah, right.